Alright kids, here we go. Here is our last unit here for chapter 4. This time we're going to be dealing with the surface area of 3D objects. So remember, the 3D object it's going to have an up, down, left and right, and forwards and a backward, right? So it could be like a cube. So the two-dimensional object, right there, it's flat. Three-dimensional though, it's going to have sides, kind of like my dice. So depending on what the object is, but basically every 3D object we're working has what's called face. And a face is simply a two-dimensional shape that forms a flat surface of any three-dimensional object. Okay? And then surface area of a three-dimensional object. So when you're thinking surface area, think if you could pull out Harry Potter and kind of suspend it in midair, you could take out a spray can of paint, like creme clad, whatever you can spray paint black, that's going to count as surface area. So basically it is the sum of all the areas of the faces. Okay, so the surface area is going to take all the faces, find the area of each face, add them all together. So let's take a look at an example here, like a cone. So basically a cone is got two faces. One face is the bottom of it, the circle. And that's why we have pi r squared here. Okay. The other part is the cone's shape itself. That's what pi r h is. R, of course, being the radius of the circle. And the height is from the point here, and it comes down right to the center of the circle, creating again a 90-degree angle, and that would be your height. So let's say we have a cone just like this one. And let's say the radius is 2 inches. And then the slant height, actually that's what we want, is the S, should be S not R. The slant height is this part right here, is 8 inches. So to find the area of that, what we want to do is take pi times my radius squared plus pi times the radius times the slant height. I don't know what I was thinking before. Okay, this should be S, not H. S for slant. So this is going to be 4 times 3.14 plus 16 times 3.14. Plus 50.24 62.8 square inches. Okay, let's take a look at a cylinder. A cylinder is a little bit easier to think about. Basically, if you think like a soup can, so you've got the lid, which is a circle, and you've got the bottom of your soup can, which is also a circle. Both of those circles or lids are going to be the same size. And then the rounded part is like if you peel off the label of your soup can, it's basically a rectangle. And so when we want to figure out what the surface area of a cylinder is, we have pi r squared right here, which is the area, we figure out the area of a circle. We're timesing it by 2 because you've got one circle, and then you've got your second circle. Then we have 2 pi r h. Here's the height of our cylinder, okay? And 2 pi r is this distance right here, which is essentially the circumference of the can. And so that's why we've got 2 pi r. So when I want to figure out the area of this, let's say, for example, the radius is 6 centimeters, and then the height of the can is 10 centimeters. Okay, so my surface area is going to be 2 times 3.14 times 6 squared. That's going to give me the area. Oops, it's going to give me the area of the lid and the bit bottom, plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is also 6 again, and then times the height, which is 10. So 6 times 6 is 36, times pi, which is 3.14. So the area of the lid is 113.04. And times that by 2, so the area of the lid and the bottom together is 226.08. 226.08. Then we want to figure out what the area of the label is. So that is 10 times 6 times 3.14 times 2. So the area of the label is 376.8. And so then we add those together. So then we get 0.88, 2 carry 1, 10 carry 1. So it's going to be 602.88 centimeters squared. Now this shape right here, when we break it down like that, that's what we call a net. And so sometimes it's helpful to do that when we're trying to figure out what the area of a particular object is. Here's our last one. This is a triangular pyramid, okay? And it's called pyramid because the point is up here. So basically what we have here is I need to find out what the area of each of these faces are. So it depends what they are. If on the bottom it's a square, basically then the surface area is going to be 4 times the area of one triangle plus the area of the square. Okay? If it's a rectangular pyramid, like that, the bottom is a rectangular, each triangle is going to be a little bit different. And so therefore the area of this triangle will be very different from the area of this triangle. So what I would have to do is find the area of the blue triangle, times it by 2 because the one across from it will be the same. Find the area of the red triangle here. Oops, it's supposed to be red. Multiply it by 2, and then find the area of the base, length times width, and add those three sums together. Okay, so it depends on what kind of a pyramid you've been presented with. you got to be aware that you can do both. You might have to do both. But let's do this one. Let's do this so these are the same. And so each of those sides is 9 meters. And then this distance, height of the triangle, again, height making a 90-degree angle here, is 14.4 meters. So there's 4 sides, so I'm going to take that, multiply that by 4. So to find the area of the triangle, it's going to be base, which is 9, times the height, which is 14.4, and I'm going to divide that by 2. Plus the area of the bottom, which is going to be length times width, which is 9 times 9. So 9 times 9, we know is 81. So 9 times 14.4 is 129.6. Divide that by 2, and then multiply that by 4. So I can do a couple things. I can do that. So I'm going to divide that by 2, times that by 4, 259.2. And then plus my 81. The other way I can do it is 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I can cross this out and that out and put a 2 there. So 2 times 129.6. And I get the exact same answer. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, you'll still get the same answer. So I'm going to add those together. So that's 0.2. So that's 10, carry the 1. 14, carry the 1. 340 meters squared. All right. Your turn. Page 117. We'll do numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 6. Okay? And then our test is right around the corner. So don't forget to do the chapter review. Page 120. And we do all numbers 1 to 7. Alright, our chapter test is right around the corner.